How the low water signal works for the machine PL for the all VIP line model. First of all, this is the water tank. We have a label here because we have the sensor here, and if we put the tank in this way, the machine will show you this signal. Then if this is in this way, in the wrong way, the low water signal says the tank is not inserted in the correct way. As you can see, the label says this tube must be in this part. Display shows low water signal. I have water in the tank. I have to do some check. First of all, I have to remove the water tank, and as we can see, we have one black read signal, okay, and one micro switch. Okay, this is the read for the magnet. This works with the magnet, and this is one micro switch. Okay. The micro switch indicates when the tank is inside correctly. And the tank is not inside or is not inside correctly, the micro switch is in this position and doesn't reach the tank. When the micro switch is in this position, the display show water, that I have water in the machine. As we can see, for the display for the machine, we have the tank inside. When I remove this, for the machine, I have not the tank inside. Check. The quantity of water inside in the tank is sufficient to allow the dispense of the water or the correct functioning of the machine, we use a floating sensor. For example, when I have no water in the tank, the floating is down, and this floating says to the electronic card, I have no water. If I put water in the tank, as we can see, when I put more water in the tank, the floating sensor goes up, as we can see, and for the electronic card we have water inside. Okay, when I use the water, the level of water goes down and the sensor goes down. More water I have, more the sensor is away. This is the water tank area. As we can see, we have the switch for the tank presence, as we can see. And we have the reed, the black reed. This is the water tank area. We have installed ILCC here connected to the electronic card, and we have here the switch for the switch for the water tank presence, and here we have the low water reed. For the machine we have not the water tank, but we have water. In this case, for the machine we have no water, and we have no the water tank. For the machine now we have the water tank and we have water. When the water is finishing, look what happens. Okay, when I refill the water tank, the flow magnet goes up, and example, my water level is here, and for the machine I have water. When I use the machine, I use the water, the floating goes down, and look, okay. Or in the case I remove the water tank, happen this. No water tank, no water. We can try with the water, don't try this at home because the water and the electronic part is not good, but I have the water tank and I have no water because the floating magnet is down. When I put water into the tank, look, the magnet goes up, and for the machine I have water. Sometimes it happens that when we put water into the tank, some water goes out from the tank, and we can drain this sensor. When it happens, sometimes ok, when it's not asciutto, come si dice? Asciutto? If it's not dry, it can work not correctly, because can reach water the tank or no tank, because the contact is wet. To check if these components and these components doesn't work correctly, we have to remove these 4 screws. We have to remove it, and we have these 2 black wires. We have to disconnect it, and this goes out. When this connector is not in the electronic card, for the machine there's always water. Okay, if I put the power for the LCC, there's water, okay, because I have not the black connector in the electronic card. And in this case, if I have the connector and I have the water tank and I have water, we have to remove this wire and check if the electronic card have a problem. If the electronic card without the black connector and the 2 wires show the temperature, means the electronic card have nothing, and the problem it can be in these two sensors.